Well, Mark Robinson, no let up, no easing in sight of the finishing line. I guess we've got to power on down that home straight over the finishing line, yeah?
Yeah, 100%, Rob. That's the exact message, to everyone, players and staff, is we just got to be relentless in everything we do. So, no let up at all.
In training, have you seen them sort of maintain the standards that they've set now that they need to be doing?
Yeah, no, we had a great session yesterday. Today they needed a little bit of a liven up, but not because they dropped standards. It's just, the environment's enjoyable at the moment, but you've got to make sure that when we go to work, we go to work. So it needed just a little bit of a liven up today, but no, again, the sessions was really, really good.
Swindon, of course, they'll be coming here scrapping for their lives regardless of previous results they've had. From our point of view, is it about one of those words that we see around the training ground, being ruthless?
Yeah, and the last couple of games we found that ruthless edge, and we got to keep keep searching and finding that. It's absolutely important, no matter who we're playing against. It's vital that we've got that ruthless edge in everything that we do. So we'll be looking for exactly that tomorrow.
Also empowerment as well, from what they've taken from the last couple of games. Can you kind of sense that within them now, and they kind of just need to look over to you for guidance at times?
That I'm a big believer in that, and it takes time. And that's one of the things I know before when I've talked about processes, and people say forget the process, but I'm a massive believer in empowerment and producing people who take ownership, because I think it has long-term. You get long-term results from it. You want players that can recognise situations and understand situations and act on it there and then. And we talked a little bit about the Ipswich game, and going down to 10, and possibly we didn't dominate as much as we'd like, although it was a very dominating performance overall. There was elements against 10 that we would have liked to have been better, and the players admitted that they didn't recognise little situations that were going on well enough, and that's been the most pleasing thing. Our match analysis sessions now are so interactive. When we started them, it would be sort of 90-80% me, 20% the players, and now there's a complete shift. It's getting towards 50-60% the players, 40% me, and I want to get it to that stage where it's 80% them and 20% me. So that is one of the things that's really, really pleasing, because once they're doing that, they feel more confident, they feel more empowered, they become better decision makers, and they react to things a lot quicker.
For yourself, just in terms of the role, because I know you're saying we did the big interview at Plough Lane when you got the job, you're a people person, you like to be out on the training ground. How have you been finding things though? Because great to see you out in the community with the foundation and doing the press duties as well, but is it something you're adapting to now, yeah?
Yeah, obviously it's been really, really busy in the situation we're in, but I think being busy is a good thing, and I just see it's part of my role. I see it's part of all the staff's role, not just my role, to get out and about in the community, and I think it's good for the players, and we were talking about it as staff, and it's good for you as well, Rob. To be honest, it's good for the soul to get yourself out in those situations and meet people. Met some wonderful people at the school the other day, not just the kids, who are always fantastic, some of the staff working there, and met the cook there, what a wonderful lady, and it's good for the soul, and it gives you a reality check. So we need to do it, and the players need to do it, because you see people doing real jobs out there, and it's as I said, it's a good reminder, and it keeps everyone grounded.
Just before we go into the team news about tomorrow's game, someone wanted to ask you about who you've had a lot to do with his development over the years. Anthony Hartigan, how is he? Have you been staying in touch with him?
Yeah, been in touch with Ant regularly, and Rob has as well, and Bezo. We've all been in touch with him, and things haven't gone quite how we'd like there, but we had a long chat, and I spoke to the Newport manager, and he's gonna stick with it, and he's still gonna be can be a big part of what they're doing, searching for promotion. So I know we're in constant touch with Ant, and I said things haven't quite worked out, and there's a few little reasons behind that, but he's in good spirits, and we're going to make sure that we're in touch with him, and the Newport manager says he's got every chance of being part of what they want to achieve at the end of the season.
That's good to hear. In terms of team news, of course, for the game tomorrow against Swindon Town, what sort of shape are we in?
Yeah, no, we're all good. If anything, we've got players coming back that won't be ready for tomorrow, but it's so great. We're down at the training ground today, and as well as us doing our stuff, you've got Terrell and Shayon in the background working really hard with Chris, which is fantastic. So we've got players coming back as well, which is great for the lads, because they're both two popular lads, So, you know, and after we'd finished training, they all stopped and watched them for 5 minutes. Chris putting them through their paces. So no, we're in good shape.
That seems like a very good recovery from Terrell compared to what he was, because we saw him running around Plough Lane only the other week as well.
Yeah, no, he's looking good, and Chris was really putting him through his paces today, and we're all cheering him on. So he's looking good. Yeah.
On the subject of Chris McConnell, our sports scientist, because I know he likes a game of football too.
Yeah.
How is he? Because he's walking around with a protective boot on.
Yeah, we've told him to pack it in, but he won't. He still likes to play his Sunday football, and he's picked up an ankle injury, so it's ballooned up. So he's hobbling around in his boot. But again, it's good because we got one of the volunteer coaches that come in and help him. So Martin's helped him out more, which is great for his development. But no, Chris is fine. He'll be fine. But no, we've had a bit of a laugh with him hobbling around in his boot.
Because he does take a very active role in all the work at the training ground and pre-match as well. So there's no worries on that front.
No, he's you know, players won't like me saying this, but he's probably the fittest man in the club, Chris. So no, he's very, very active. Everything's 100 miles an hour. He doesn't stop. So it's slowed him down a little bit, but he's still getting around the place as quick. He just does it with a big hobble at the moment.
I know there's a managerial colleague that you want to sort of say a few words about as well, just to end the interview.
Yeah, so just Darren Moore at Sheffield Wednesday. So we just want the best from all of us at the club, and we wish him a speedy and full recovery. So yeah, I've had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of times, and an absolutely fantastic man. So we'd like to wish him, as I said, a speedy and quick recovery, speedy and healthy recovery.
Absolutely, Robbo. Best of luck against Swindon.
Cheers, Rob.